again, the focus is going to be about the relationship of humanity to Christ and the involvement of the influence of awakening the soul. Yeah, in Buddhism and ancient Hinduism and pretty much through all ancient truth teaching, yeah, it's based around human nature, yeah, the qualities in human nature that has to change in order for it to become soulful, yeah, because we as human beings, we wonder, where does evil come from? You know, how can it be so abusive? You know, consistent, constant. You know, life after life, history, over and over and over. Yeah, and there is psychicism, and there is, the influences of really strong evil intentions and things like that. But the biggest thing that brings it about is the influence that comes with the qualities where it's not really a part of what we consider to be evil. Yeah, it's not about the relationship of hate or the relationship of people behaving or being greedy or doing the things that they do. Yeah, it's about the characteristic inside of the human that involves the relationship of mundane evil. Yeah, just mundane. Yeah, the quality of having not established the foundation of recognizing mundane evil, yeah, and then changing it. Yeah. And in our society, we don't talk about mundane evil. Yeah, yeah. It's not part of the subject. It's not there. Yeah, but yet in all the higher teaching, the basis of Buddhism is based on mundane evil. It's based on recognizing mundane evil, understanding that it exists, yeah, and that the mundaneness is where the evil sits, because it includes God, yeah, yeah, all the way to the point of atheistic attitude, just intellectual. It's not a choice of whether or not you believe in God, yeah, or whether or not you're a religious person or a holy person or anything. It's the influence, the mundane evil aspect of the quality that sits in a person that allows them to be in that state of mind that influences their day-to-day reality, the influences of eating sugar over and over and over, yeah, and slovenliness, and characteristics that come with loathing, yeah, the characteristic that comes with, true selfishness, yeah, and you just, and it's in all people. It just depends on in what characteristic, at what level. Yeah, you go to their house and you don't know that this person is a trash heap. You don't know that they're a trash heap, until you get into their house. And you go, holy Christ, this place is a dump. When was the last time you vacuumed? When was the last time you dusted? And it's usually doesn't look like that out with people. But there's so much mundane evil going on. It's not something you show. It's something that you are. Yeah. And it can go way over to the other side, to where you clutter yourself up with all the objects of desire and monetariness and everything. Yeah. And you're just a pig. You're in the same boat satisfying, the personality. Yeah, and every single influence, whether it be, I like football, or I got to go to church on Sunday, and you just carry out things that maintain things, whether or not you go to school and you get beaten up, and you got hostile kids that are attacking you, and you come home and you want to talk about it, you want to say something, but who's going to listen? Make sense? Everybody's got so much mundane evil going on in their own life. You can't deal with kids and adults going in and shooting them. It's completely out of control. Yeah, and it's coming from mundane evil. It's not coming from sorcerers and magicians and really big-ass evil forces. Yeah, people's door is open. Yeah, the influence of the Holy Spirit or the evil spirit can come at any time, at any moment, in any situation. The door's open. Yeah, and you can't close that door until you recognize, the life of mundane evil in your own life, and really change it dramatically. Yeah, because it takes 3 whole initiations to clear mundane evil. And when you're passing through the first 2, you could be a superior manifester of mundane evil. Because while it's showing itself in you, it also shows opportunity. Where more psychic energy, more ability comes up in the person, it could be misused. Yeah? And if that mundane evil isn't taken care of, it could lead to businesses and corporations, it could lead to politics, it could lead to our society, even the good people. Yeah? Because they can't get through those higher initiations without going corrupt. Because their blinders are down, they have so much mundane evil going on in themselves. And that's what keeps your blinders down. Does that make sense? It widens the door. And anything can happen. Earthquakes, violence, North Korea, any minute, next minute we're down. Yeah. It's more the relationship of the subtle minds of humanity that will make the biggest difference. Of shifting from mundane evil to recognizing, personal habits in your bedroom, personal habits in your bathroom, personal habits in your kitchen, personal habits in your refrigerator, personal habits in your clothing, personal habits in your bath. Yeah, every single thing. Yeah, and it just, in all truth, on a soulful level, you got to have all those things. You got to poop, you got to take a shower, you got to eat, but you don't need to be evil. Yeah. Does this make sense? Because if it's not karma yoga, then you're just putting shit back where you're cleaning shit, and it's 24/7. You're piling up more shit than you're cleaning. Does it make sense? You can't do it that way. It doesn't fix anything. Yeah, it's a mental thing. You just think you're doing it. But unless you really see your house sparkling and your meals fantastic and your ability to serve others on time, yeah, and your ability to be these levels of your expression, because they're expressing. If they're not expressing on the high side, they're expressing on the low side. Yeah. So the main thing is to don't fall into inertia. Don't not clean up. Don't not do the things that can happen. Yeah. Do those things and then do more. Yeah. And initiate more. Yeah. And gain more strength. Yeah. Because every time we move forward with karma yoga on a day-to-day basis, whether we're cleaning our bathroom has to be cleaned. Make sense? You can't think Thursday girl coming in, cleaning it up. You know, she leaves without you don't even notice her being here, you know. You know, that's in your mind. And if it is happening, good luck to you. You know, you're better off just living in a modest way, yeah, and cleaning what you leave behind. Make sense? Yeah, and you make very little footprint, you know, and you are able to serve someone when in need, rather than be so self-serving and eat out and eat fast foods and eat packaged foods and all those mundane evils. Make sense? Yeah, because everything we do is teaching. Everything we do, every single thing we do, it's either archetype, yeah, or it's just stereotype. Make sense? Yeah, and you're just locked in this mundane evil, and food tastes like shit, and you know, McDonald's is even looking good today. Yeah, does it make sense? Yeah, you don't want to lower your senses. If you carry on with mundane evil, you will carry on with deadening your senses. And you'll wonder why things do what they do. And, you know, how come I can't cook that well? And how come I can only cook limited, you know? And how come this or that comes up and I get all freaked out? Yeah. It's all part of karma yoga. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you got to make sure, you know, you're wearing the right shoes. Who knows? You could be wearing one left shoe and one right shoe. Been doing it for 6 months, but you just didn't know. Maybe you should know. Maybe you need to double check everything. Make sense? Don't assume anything. Check it out. Fix it. Make it right. That is, I mean, all the way through the first, second, third, fourth initiation. That's the day you make it right. It's the day you fix it. Yeah, does that make sense? That's a long road, and you need to be able to do that here and now. Yeah, and I provide that. I overshadow. I have the ability. Yeah, yeah. It's not magic. It's a soul. Yeah, yeah. And all people have to do is choose to get rid of the mundane side of themselves and the ideology of the mundane side of the avatar. Yeah, because mundane evil makes everything mundane, including God. And you got to get above that. Yeah, or you're looking from a point of view of an atheist, and you don't want to be there. Does that make sense? Yeah. Does it make sense? Because it's all about mundane evil. Yeah. And you never get above it. You'll always be in it. Yeah. It'll always be happening. Yeah. Yeah. The main thing is that you subject yourself to the reality. Yeah. That you're so good, so kind, so generous. Yeah. Because you got to have those positive thoughts. Yeah? You got to carry yourself up into, you know, fixing things. You can't have negative thoughts and end up in a higher initiation and get something fixed. You won't make it a step. Yeah? And you'll kind of get some insight, but you'll just trip right back down And you'll be weaker, and you'll be confused more, and, you just go, what? Does this even work? Does that make sense? Yeah. And there's a lot of power in the process of these days. Yeah. So if we really do choose to get rid of mundane evil, on an individual note, we really do choose to do it. It's on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. And it's in a process of symptoms of positivity. Yeah. The ability to see things get worked out. The effort put into getting something worked out. Yeah. Not assuming anything is worked out until it's worked out. Does that make sense? Because that's what mundane evil is assumption that it's already done, or somebody else is going to do it, or I know how to do it and you don't know how to do it, and you're keeping other people from doing it because you say you know how to do it. Does that make sense? Yeah? Those are all mundane evils. Yeah? So it's about the relationship of being able to release yourself from those qualities so you don't attract to you the lower nature that's found in when that fourth ray is not at all moving, yeah, in any way, shape, or form, yeah, that's the one that clouds everything about God. It gives us, we can't go further than atheist or religious dogma. It's all mind, all intellect, yeah. Can't get beyond it. The only way we get beyond it is through releasing mundane evil. The only way we get beyond that is by being really good at what we do and relaxing as much as we possibly can, as often as we possibly can, so we can let the mundane evil out and get rid of it. Because it ain't going nowhere. It's in you. It's in us. It's in everybody. Make sense? So to get rid of it, you don't just recognize it, but it's there at all times. So you got to get rid of it. You got to, whatever your situation is, you have to cut through it. Yeah? Because your mundane evil won't allow you to cut through it. But the goodness in you allows you to cut through it. Make sense? Yeah? And the goodness in you releases these other glamours that allows you to be the only one who can cut through it. Yeah? Does that make sense? It allows other people to feel the need, yeah, because that the relationship of mundane evil is a psychic energy that keeps people from being aware of the sensitivity of the need, the real need, yeah. So it becomes mundane, and that way only certain people will serve that need because it's self-serving. Does that make sense? Yeah. And that's just the way it is. But that's mundane evil. You shouldn't allow that to happen. Does that make sense? Yeah? Yeah? Because the weaker side just lets people step all over you. And you give them superiority complexes. Yeah? And that's what's behind mundane evil. Yeah, and it's got to go. People can't have superiority complexes. We're not in that boat. Yeah? We need to be good at what we're doing, not think we're good. Yeah? And then go about fucking up all the time, thinking we're good, keeping other people from learning to be good. Does that make sense? Yeah? Because it's in this heart thing that allows everybody to think that they're the ones that should be doing this. Not that, oh, yeah, you should be doing this. That way I don't have to do this. Make sense? That is mundane evil. That response, oh, I'm glad somebody's doing it. You know? Again, I'm out of it again. How about that? A whole week and I didn't do any service. Pretty good. Make sense? That happens. No one keeps record. I don't keep record, but God does. Yeah. Does it make sense? You know? So you're always up against this shit. You're piling it up. Get rid of mundane evil. Don't be the first one to jump in, but be consistent, Because the problem with mundane evil is that it has a tendency to be consistent in relationship to all those lazy qualities. Or it goes the other side, consistent to the relationship of wanting bolstering one's position in reality. And that's lazy quality. Rather than actually fitting in and helping everybody do what they need to do, it's better to just, find that needs to be done and be the one who gets it done. And that way you'll always have a position of need. Does that make sense? And that's self-serving again. So my thing is I do my invocation evocations to help to stir up those 3 initiations, and to help in the process of reducing this mundane evil, because it's not a little thing, it's a big thing. And if you put yourself in a city, you're going to connect to a whole lot of people carrying on that energy. If you get yourself out of that city, you're going to connect to a smaller number of people, and it gives you much more opportunity to clear that energy. If you go into the mountains, it's the same thing. If you go into an island, it's the same thing. You don't want to go to a man-eating island. That would be bad. Not a good thing. But any of these things, your environment makes a big difference. Because the thing about mundane evil is that it's seductive and it works as a disease. It's reflective. It reflects on the weaknesses in others. And it uses others and others use it. And it's just mundane evil supporting back and forth. So everybody goes to a football game. Everybody watches the same freaking stupid TV shows. Even if they haven't watched them in 10 years, put somebody in a room and have them now choose for 2 weeks what it is they think they'd like to watch. And they're just as mundane evil as all the rest of the people. Make sense? They still do cop shows. They still do demon in the elevator, they still, come on. Does it make sense? So mundane evil has a tendency to draw people into a psychic circle of a mirror, a reflective mirror, a cult, a culture. So if you're in a smaller area and you have a smaller number of people, and if you really fight on this process, you have a great deal of opportunity of reducing it in the land, in yourself, and have it, because this is a serious matter. We are American Indians. We are earthlings. We are caretakers. And if we don't care, guess what? It's missing out on a really big process between God and earth. And, does that make sense? Yeah. So taking care of mundane evil, is the only way you're going to help. Because you help to close the door to the astral plane. And you'll see outside yourself things getting better. You don't have to be in the whole thing to make the whole thing better. You could do it if you put yourself in a smaller, isolated scenario. Does that make sense? And you do a natural healing process. And if you follow this direction and you do your meditations and all the things work well, on a day-to-day basis through karma yoga, don't avoid anything. It's karma yoga. Don't avoid anything. Does that make sense? Head first. Get kicked in the head. Being told you're an idiot. Whatever it takes. It will change after that. Does that make sense? It's just demons. Let them get kicked in the head. And then just get rid of them. But I have the discernment and discrimination, and I overshadow, and it can help you in that way through the meditations and everything. So just hang in there. If it's really bad, I ask people to leave. Yeah, if it affects the group. Yeah, because this works as long as it's not incessantly, karmically disregarded as far as the law of change. If karma yoga is not being applied and more negative energy is being induced, I'm the one who's sensitive to be aware of such things. Yeah, and it puts the shit into everybody. Yeah, does it make sense? Yeah, because it's not about anybody, one person. It's about everybody. Yeah, and people are not sensitive enough to know this sort of stuff, to protect the group, to protect humanity. Does it make sense? Yeah? Yeah, so it's just a matter of do your karma yoga and the light will fix it. Yeah? And if things don't change, then that'll have to go. Make sense? Okie dokie. Let's meditate. Ready, Lars? You're always ready, huh? Okay, you need to know which pujas? Okay. Do Dispelling World Glamour. He's ready. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, take a deep breath.
within the stream of love divine. I am a point of sacrificial fire, focused within the fiery will of God, and thus I stand. I am a way by which men and women may achieve. I am a source of strength, enabling them to stand. I am a beam of light shining upon their way, and thus I stand. And standing thus revolve, and tread this way the ways of men and women, and know the ways of God, and thus I stand. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of physical strength. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of personal magnetism. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the power of self-centeredness and personal potency. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the one at the center. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of rulership and of dictatorship and of wide control. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the Messiah complex in the field of politics. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of selfish destiny, of divine right of kings personally exacted. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of destruction. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of isolation, of aloneness, of aloofness. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of superimposed will upon others and upon groups. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of love, of being loved. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of popularity. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of personal wisdom. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of selfish responsibility. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of too complete an understanding, which negates right action. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of self-pity. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the Messiah complex in the world of religion and world need. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of fear based on undue sensitivity. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of self-sacrifice. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of selfish unselfishness. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of self-satisfaction. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of selfish service. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of being busy. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of cooperation with the plan in an individual and not a group way. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of active scheming. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of creative work without true motive. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of good intentions, which are basically selfish. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the spider at the center. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of God in the machine. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the devious and continuous manipulation. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of self-importance from the standpoint of knowing, of efficiency. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of harmony aiming at personal comfort and satisfaction. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of war. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of conflict with the objective of imposing righteousness and peace. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of vague artistic perception. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of psychic perception instead of intuition. The power of the light light prevents the appearance of the glamour of musical perception. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the pairs of opposites in the higher sense. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of materiality and overemphasis of forms. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of intellect. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of knowledge and of definition. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of assurance based on a narrow point of view. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of form which hides reality. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of organization. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the outer, which hides the inner. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of devotion. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of adherence to forms and persons. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of idealism. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of loyalties, of creeds. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of emotional response. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of sentimentality. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of interference. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of lower pairs of opposites. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of world saviors and teachers. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of a narrow vision. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of fanaticism. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of magical work. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the relation of the opposites. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of subterranean powers. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of that which brings together. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of the physical body. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of mysterious and the secret. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of sex magic. The power of the light prevents the appearance of the glamour of emerging, manifested forces. The power of the light negates the quality of the glamour from affecting you. The power of the light destroys the life behind the glamour. As a soul, I work in light, and darkness cannot touch me. I take my stand within the light. I work, and from that point, I never move. The light is one, and in that light shall we see light. This is the light that turns the darkness into day. Radiance we are and power. We stand forever with our hands stretched out, linking the heavens and the earth, the inner world of meaning and the subtle world of glamour. We reach into the light and bring it down to meet the need. We reach into the silent peace and place and bring that from thence the gift of understanding. Thus, with the light, we work and turn the darkness into day. With power upon its beam, the light is focused on the goal. The power of our united light prevents the appearance of all world glamour. The power of our united light negates the quality of the glamour from affecting all mankind. The power of our united light destroys the life behind the glamour. So let it be, and help me in my own life to end all glamour and untruth. So let it be, and help you in your own life to end all glamour and untruth. Om Jesus, my dreams all in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All in the name of the Mother, the Soul, and the collective consciousness of humanity.
Relax yourself. Focus yourself in the soul. Then sound the Om. Breathe it out upon the world of all mankind. And quietly, without sound, express the will of God moves the world. This is a thought you should keep while expressing the Om. Then say slowly and thoughtfully, the past has gone. I am the past. It makes me what I am. The future comes. I also am the coming destiny, and therefore I am that. The present flows from out the past. The future colors that which is. I make the future also by my present knowledge of the past and the beauty of the present, and therefore I am that I am. Sound the Om 3 times softly. Then say quietly, with intent and emotional poise, I know the law, and towards the goal I strive. Naught shall arrest my progress on the way. Each tiny life within my form responds. My soul has sounded forth that call, and clearer day by day it sounds. The glamour holds me not. The path of light streams clear ahead. My plea goes forth to reach the hearts of all mankind. I seek, I cry to serve your need. Give me your hand and tread the path with me. focus inward daily. Use the breath and the sacred word. Then do the following intensive visualization exercise. Imagine a path of golden light leading from where you stand to a vast two-leaved door. Then see, rolling along this path, a disc or a wheel of rose, which you send forth, and which eventually disappears through the door. Then send along the same track a disc of vivid green, and follow it by a disc of golden yellow. Both disappear the same way. Then send a disc or a wheel of a radiant electric blue, which rolls along the golden path, but which does not enter through the door, but remains there, hiding the door from sight. Picture then yourself as standing before the electric blue disc, having traversed the golden path, and there, meditating upon the following words. I am the way myself, the door I am. I am the golden path, and in the light of my own light I tread the way. I enter through the door, I turn and radiate. Sound the Om 3 times, breathing it out upon the world from the highest point in your consciousness that seems to you at all possible. As one awakens to their place in the plan of God, and they bring forth dharma unto the world, it is to dissipate all world glamour. Ponder upon the old commentary of thousands of years ago, which is written, they come and stand within the midst of the whirling forms, some of a beauty rare and some of horror and despair. They stand. They look not here or there, but with their faces turned toward the light they stand. Thus through their minds the pure light streams to dissipate the fogs. They come and rest. They cease their outer labors, pausing to do a different work. Within their hearts is rest. They run not here or there, but from a point of peace and rest. That which upon the surface veils and hides the real begins to disappear, and from the heart at rest a beam of dissipating force projects. blends with the shining light, and then the mist of all mankind's creation disappears. They come and they observe. They own the eye of vision. Likewise, they own the eye of right direction. Of all empowered forces, they see the glamour of the world, and seeing, they note behind it all the true, the beautiful, and the real. Then through the eye of the Buddha comes the power to drive away the veiling, swirling glamours of that glamorous world. They stand, they rest, they observe. Such are their lives, and such the service that they render to the world of mankind. Focus upon the power to stand within the light, leading to right reflection of the light. The power to rest in spiritual being, so as to focus the soul within the chosen field of service. The power to attain right observation, so as to see correctly that which should be done. Your soul energy normally finds expression through the highest quality of mind. Think in the highest form of beingness and allow yourself to rest. Sound the Om as the personality. Do so at the highest mental point, raising your aspiration at the same time with the mind to the soul. Then sound the Om as the soul, breathing it out into the will to love all beings and arresting its descent at the astral body. Do this by an act of will and the use of the creative imagination. Having vitalized the astral body, and imagine the fusion of the soul, the personality, and the astral force. Then direct this triple beam of energy to the heart center, rushing it directly into the heart center, so it might be expressed as the soul. Focus upon this invocation. I invoke the power, the love, and the wisdom of my ashram, soul, and monad to guide me into the right activity and the plan, to clarify and stimulate my mind, to transform and transmute my feelings and emotions, to energize and vitalize and heal my physical and etheric body, so there is a normal flow of energy in my physical and etheric body. Through this day and every day, I ask this in the name of the Christ, to serve the One. All in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All in the name of the Mother, the Soul, and the collective consciousness of humanity. Amen. Okay, you can open your eyes. was still here. She could. All right. So, if you were able to listen to what the pujas were saying, it says exactly what I was saying. Yeah. It's very much exactly what I was saying, and also it's about what a difference we can make. Yeah, and what it takes to make that difference. Yeah, and that influence is the influence that comes from Christ. Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, it's an opportunity. Yeah, and so I've made all these invocations and everything, and within them they have the teachings, and I give more teachings. But once we do meditation, then you listen to the puja, you see that I'm teaching the same thing that you're getting in the puja. Yeah, so the teachings are the teachings. Yeah, the teachings are all about what I'm talking about, because it all refers back to the process of eliminating astral evil, getting rid of it. Yeah, and not forgiving it, purging it. Yeah, purging it. If you get rid of it in yourself, then you're not feeding that which is doing it. Yeah, and you have no idea what's doing it, but it is people. It's people, and they do not want to change that part, so they get worse, and they get strange, yeah, and they say things and do things, and it gets weird, yeah, simply because the energy goes back to them. It's not affecting you in the same way. Every day you're doing what you can to get rid of your own shit, and in doing so, you have no idea where that's connected. Yeah. And, just let it relax. Yeah. In the pujas, it talks about how really staying calm and centered and, being in the process, having whatever's going on go on, but making sure that the influence that you're going through gets to a centered point of being calm. Yeah. And it works itself through a process. Yeah. So that comes from the Holy Spirit. That's an influence you have to bring in, and you have to actually invoke it and evoke it, because it's not there by nature, by its own self. It's there because we're including God. Yeah. Even in little ways, we're including God. Yeah. So I'm doing the pujas and we're doing the ohms and all that. You're actually getting closer and closer to healing what it is that doesn't include God. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. Alrighty. Enjoy. Have a great night. Whee.
Dad, may I get a few words with you? Thank you for that teaching. That